Hello everybody, the Destroyer here, and welcome back to another cast of the Rise of the Witch King, patch 2.02 version 5.0.1. Today we have another game from the October 2015 Rise of the Pumpking tournament, and this is round 2, game 1 of MauHuR versus Khalid Q6R, otherwise known as King of Rise of the Witch King, King of Rise of the Witch, King of RotWK. So that's, I'll be just calling him King, of course, just make things easy on myself. But yeah, he is Mordor, King is Mordor in the bottom right, and his opponent, of course, is MauHuR today, is the Dwarves. So, we'll see who comes out on top this time. MauHuR is opening with a Hall of Warriors, of course, a couple of Mineshafts, and his builder, of course, is being spied upon by Mordor. He wants to see where that forward mine is going. That actually is kind of handy for Mordor, as he'll have an advantage knowing exactly where that mine will be. And of course the king is going to throw down an orc pit after 3 slaughterhouses, it seems, and begin pumping out some orc warriors, I would imagine. He is keeping an eye on this this builder here. Then there is the mineshaft from MauHuR. He does see this, he knows exactly where to look. But will he be able to stop it is the question. Even with the knowledge of where it is, he will have a battalion of orc warriors out by the time MauHuR's pumped out a battalion of guardians, as you see there, already coming out here. And of course the map is Spooky Forts, a reskin of Forts of Bison 2, in case you didn't know already. It was custom made for the tournament. Very cool map. I do like it quite a bit. And there's the first battalion of orcs. Of course, he was heading for the mineshaft. He will not be able to fight his way through the dwarves, opting instead to possibly ignore the dwarves? I don't know if that's the best idea. Yes, he does need to get rid of the mineshaft, but the dwarven builder can also move around and build more mineshafts, which is the issue here. Really, King needs more of those orc pits. Unfortunately, King will lose this slaughterhouse, it looks like. Already, MauHuR off to a good start, I would say. Those dwarves are almost level 2 as well, so they'll be able to use the charge and gain a 50% damage and 50% armor boost once that rally call wears off, because I'm pretty sure they do not stack. But that should be quite nice for him. Guardians, of course, are very hard to stop. These dwarves are they're not goblins, orc archers. Be very useful to stop those, though. As you see, they can tank these for days, though. Look at that. And he's actually using the charge to get in close, closing the gap between him and the archers, and actually pick them off. Wow. That just shows you the usefulness of the dwarven charge there. Looks like King has got rid of that mineshaft and that mineshaft. MauHuR's pulled back down to here and is taking the inn over here now. Definitely a good call. Well, he's creeping the troll first, and then he can take the inn if he wants to, but he is securing the area with mineshafts, and it will be hard to get him out of there. It looks like a Haradrim Palace being thrown up by King, hoping to possibly get some Haradrim Lancers. Unfortunately, there is still some dwarves sandwiched between his buildings, so he might lose both the orc pit and this. That would be a huge loss. Fortunately, the buffs have worn off on the Guardians. Their charge is worn off, and their rally call has been used, so it will fall to the arrow fire much easier there. And of course, mini orcs being spammed about. King finally making his way across here. I really need to turn down my sensitivity. Actually, I'm gonna do that right now. Alright, hopefully it's a little better. Yeah, it's much better. Okay. Now I can actually scroll without freaking out. Could also use the mouse or the keyboard if I wanted to. Seems MauHuR has got a thing here as well. Mineshaft. Of course, he does know it's here at least. King does, so he'll be able to try and get rid of it. There's MauHuR throwing down here. Probably a heroic statue or something, I would imagine. Yep, called it. King does have a battalion of orcs in the back of MauHuR's base now. MauHuR does have some guardians ready to engage, and they will cut through those orcs easily. So that's not going to be very effective, unfortunately, for King. And MauHuR now has hobbits out in the field. So things progressively getting worse for King, I would say. His army is building up a bit, though. He will have... Oh, he's actually going for archers. I thought he was going to go for lancers, but no, he's actually opted to go for archers instead. Which is actually possibly a good idea? I don't know. I guess we'll see if that pays off. Haradrim archers are quite good. Better than orc archers for sure. But is it better than a Haradrim lancer battalion would have been? I can't say for sure. Obviously he won't be able to deal with the phalanxes with a Haradrim lancer, but he would at least be able to ride around and destroy mine shafts and trample these guys without the phalanxes around them. And of course he can try and burn down the phalanxes with archers and get some lancers to trample through. So he's going for Easterlings. An interesting choice considering MauHuR has no battle wagons in sight. And he's not really in a position to creep a white layer or anything like that, so I don't know why you would go for Easterlings. I think that was a bad choice, personally. Easterlings, of course, are weak against the Guardian as well, which does not help. So even though you'd think they're a better unit, I think they'd be tankier. They actually take pretty much the same amount of damage as an Orc Warrior. Although possibly they do more damage than Orc Warriors? Hard to say. I can definitely say for certainty though, Easterling's not good against Guardians. That's all I need to know. He does have the eye on the Haradrim archers here, and they are continuing to kill away at these guys. They're actually doing pretty good damage. Oh crap, MauHuR has a Hobbit summon. Really call being thrown down on the Dwarves here. Now King might go down. His fortress might be taken out. As we see here. King has got 5 power points. He could use another 5 power if he wanted to. MauHuR using the Vial of Galadriel to cause fear in his enemies, causing these guys to fear and terror. And they will not be able to defend the fort. Always a good power to use. I've said it many times and I'll continue to say it again. Use the Vial of Galadriel when you can. Now I think King of Rise of the Witch will lose his fortress. It's too bad there wasn't like a slightly longer letter character count for names. That would be nice. Then I could use actually a full name in my in games. That'd be nice. And I was imagining he would feel the same way. So I'd imagine King of ROTW is missing a K. That's just a guess, but I mean, seems reasonable, doesn't it? Self-proclaimed King of Rise of the Witch King. Fortunately, the King is in a bit of trouble. So let's manage to take out the hobbits. The summoned hobbits, rather. MauHuR building a very forward mine here. Very aggressive. And also a statue as well. And I think this is going to be it for the fort. If not, very soon. It's going to be very, very hard. And he's also attacking from the other side. MauHuR pushing very aggressively. He's going for this fort. He's going to take it out. Without a doubt here. This battalion of Guardians, if they can get in position, and the Phalanx is definitely going to take it out. It's brutal. Unfortunately, Mordor is not going to be successful this day, I don't think. Not in this match, at least. He could come back in round 2. Maybe with a different team, who knows? Oh, looks like he actually saved his fort, but of course MauHuR does have a forward mine right in his base. Going to make it impossible to get MauHuR out of here, especially with the statue getting leadership. Oh, seems we had a Gloin there. Not see him. Gloin finishing off the fortress of King. And King has been defeated. So there you go. Round 2, game 1 goes to MauHuR. Which is not too shocking, to be honest. But, hey, there you go. Well played to King, though. He did pretty well, I'd say. But definitely hard to fight an army of dwarves that are played by a very good player. So, he gave it a good run, and we'll see how he does in round 2, game 2. So, I'll see you guys next time.